Anyways, let's move on to some climate change news. And coming to you from my neck of the woods, Southern California, nearly 70,000 people under mandatory evacuation orders as two new wildfires in Southern California spread rapidly. Mandatory evacuations have been ordered for approximately 70,000 residents in Orange County, California, as firefighters continue to battle two new wildfires. The Silverado Fire and the Blue Ridge Fire, which grew to nearly 30,000 acres combined in less than 48 hours. Not as smoky today as it was yesterday, but yesterday you could smell the smoke and see the smoke in the air. The fast-moving fires fueled by high winds and low humidity increased quickly since Monday, damaging at least 8 homes and threatening thousands of others. The newest fires add to an already historic season in Southern California that has seen 4.1 million acres scorched, 31 people have died, and 10,000 structures have been destroyed or damaged in the state, according to CAL FIRE. Across the country, more than 8.5 million acres have burned so far this year, according to the National Interagency Fire Center. States like Colorado, New Mexico, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington have experienced devastating blazes that have killed at least 44 people this year. According to a count by CNN, in Colorado, the two largest wildfires in state history have burned more than 400,000 acres in the last few weeks. So the fires are threatening more than 20,000 structures. In Yorba Linda, and yes, Chino Hills, Yorba Linda, not incredibly far from me, but a little farther away than the previous fires that we were looking at. There was one fire right behind me in the mountains just a few weeks ago, the Bobcat Fire. And so, yeah, here's the Orange County area. Like so, Los Angeles, Long Beach, Santa Ana, Anaheim, Orange County, right here. Okay, smoke advisory for that area. And that's what's happening. Oh, can you guys not see that? Darn it. I don't know. Well, moving on. Let's see. Moving on to this from Sean Gallagher. This is a logging yard deep in the protected Prelang forest in Cambodia. Clear evidence of active deforestation in the region, part of Cambodia burning project with Pulitzer Center. So, just some footage of, illegal deforestation or active deforestation. I'm assuming it's illegal. Maybe not. Maybe it's all legal. Maybe this is all, on the up and up as far as what the powers that be are allowing. But, this is going on all over the planet. Damn it. And this is obviously a large contributor to the destruction, furthering destruction, furthering the extent, the damage, the velocity of climate change. Troll alert, okay? Yep. Thank you so much, Poppy. Yeah. Anyways. Call the police on illegal logging. Oh, wait, that's legal. Right. Ecocide. One big word. Ooh. And that reminds me. That reminds me of something. Anyways, guys, let's keep it moving. Ross Cobbin says, "Watch out, Mars. Humans are coming soon to destroy you." And Mars just shrugged silently and coldly. Mars is a very unhospitable place, or inhospitable, I don't know which way you want to say it, for humans. We have 136 watching, 44 likes. Please like up the video. Please, if you're new, subscribe. This show is also available on rockfin.com. You can sign up for an account on Rockfin for free. And most of the videos I post on Rockfin are free. I post, most all of these videos on Rockfin. And so yeah, it's kind of just another avenue, another place, another area, another venue for you to watch this channel. Right on, right on. Let's move on to this tweet from David Wallace Wells. Giving us another scary headline for the day. Researchers at Stanford University estimated that between 1,200 and 3,000 California senior citizens 65 and over succumbed between August 1st and September 10th from wildfire smoke-related health conditions. And I'm sure, of course, the bad air, the difficult breathing conditions are going to affect people who are older, who have, problems, greater difficulty in that department. So, but of course, this is part of the tragedy of, what we have done to the planet and what the planet is about to do to us. This is what happens. California wildfires have directly killed 26 people this year, but that figure is just a tiny fraction of the actual death toll. Experts say researchers at Stanford University estimated that between 1,200 and 3,000 California senior citizens 65 and over succumbed between August 1st and September 10th from wildfire smoke-related health conditions. I just read all that. During the period, an unprecedented number of wildfires burning across the state choked Bay Area skies with smoke. Air quality indexes showed the region to be among the most polluted in the world on some days. Most of the filthy air was attributed to microscopic wood smoke particles, which are a type of particulate matter pollution known as PM 2.5, smaller than 2.5 microns in size. At high concentrations, PM 2.5 particles can be inhaled deep into the lungs and infiltrate the bloodstream. Indeed. And, we're just going to see more of these kinds of stories and this kind of fallout from, what will be an increase in wildfires and wildfire-related damage and deaths and injury, etc. Rich Diana, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. If that's you're giving us a glimpse of your personal life or what you're going through, I apologize. That really sucks. However, I'm not going to assume. It's kind of hard to assume from one chat message, but yeah, strength to you, brother. Keep fighting the fight. Let's move on. Another headline I want to cover today. Maybe not a headline. I'm sorry. Let me back that up a little bit. This is you know what? I'm going to come back to this because this is not necessarily a headline, but a kind of more of a discussion topic. I'm going to move on to the headline that I most wanted to cover today, and I think most people are really concerned about. I saw a lot of people talking about this article on all of the platforms, all of the social media's platforms. Sleeping giant Arctic methane deposit starting to release, scientists find. Expedition discovers new source of greenhouse gas off East Siberian coast. Has been triggered. They do not mince words. Has been triggered. Not may have been triggered. Might be triggered. Could be triggered. They didn't use any of those qualifiers. They said has been triggered. Buckle up. Scientists have found evidence that frozen methane deposits in the Arctic Ocean, known as the sleeping giants of the carbon cycle, have started to be released over a large area of the continental slope off the East Siberian coast. The Guardian can reveal high levels of the potent greenhouse gas have been detected down to a depth of 350 meters in the Laptev Sea near Russia, prompting concern among researchers that a new climate feedback loop may have been triggered that could accelerate the pace of global heating. They use the word could, though, there. When they should be saying will. The slope sediments in the Arctic contain a huge quantity of frozen methane and other gases known as hydrates. Methane has a warming effect 80 times stronger than carbon dioxide over 20 years. The United States Geological Survey has previously listed Arctic hydrate destabilization as one of 4 most serious scenarios for abrupt climate change. I'm going to say that again. The United States Geological Survey has previously listed Arctic hydrate destabilization as one of 4 of the most serious scenarios for abrupt climate change. No need to mince words about this, and no need to, put on your rose-colored glasses in response to this. I don't know. I'm trying to use my phone as a monitor, and they're like, my broadcast keeps getting stopped on my own phone. But maybe that doesn't have anything to do with anything. Anyways, the international team on board the Russian research ship RV Academic Keldysh said most of the bubbles were currently dissolving in the water. So they're not making it into the atmosphere, but methane levels at the surface, well, maybe they were 4 to 8 times what would normally be expected. So they are making it into the atmosphere. And this was venting into the atmosphere. So yes. It is happening. At this moment, there is unlikely to be any major impact on global warming, but the point is that this process has now been triggered. This East Siberian slope methane hydrate system has been perturbed, and this process will be ongoing. Remember, the warnings from Natalia Shikova several years ago about the possibility of a major release of methane, a burst of methane. And she was emotionally distraught at this idea, this news. Said the Swedish scientist Örjan Gustafsson of Stockholm University in a satellite call from the vessel. The scientists, who are part of a multi-year international shelf study expedition, stressed their findings were preliminary. The scale of methane releases will not be confirmed until they return, analyze the data, and have their studies published in a peer-reviewed journal. But the discovery of potentially destabilized slope frozen methane raises concerns that a new tipping point has been reached that could increase the speed of global heating. Not good. Is anybody should people be concerned yet? Should this be a major topic on every single television station? Not just in the US, but globally. Should people start treating this as a existential threat, the way that they're treating the coronavirus as an existential threat? You think that should start happening now? Maybe, possibly. The Arctic is considered ground zero in the debate about the vulnerability of frozen methane deposits in the ocean, with the Arctic temperatures now rising more than twice as fast as the global average, sometimes 3 or 4 times. The question of when or even whether they will be released into the atmosphere has been a matter of considerable uncertainty in climate computer models. The most likely cause of instability is an intrusion of warm Atlantic currents into the East Arctic. This Atlantification is driven by human-induced climate disruption. It is a done deal. There is no debate about that. Let that go. My hope-filled friends. The latest discovery potentially marks the third source of methane emissions from the region. Samilitev, who's been studying the area for 2 decades, has previously reported the gas is being released from the shelf of the Arctic, the biggest of any sea. And as we have been covering and watching and noting almost daily, the reforming and the refreeze of Arctic ice is not really happening. Not really happening. Very, very small amounts of ice are starting to, refreeze is going very slowly. And that can only mean one thing. It's getting warmer. And that warmth will lead to more of this methane release, and that will lead to more warming and lead to more methane release, and that is called a feedback loop or a tipping point or whatever you want to call it. Temperatures in Siberia were 5°C higher than average from January to June this year. An anomaly that was made at least 600 times more likely by human-caused emissions of carbon dioxide. 600 times is a big number. Human-caused emissions of carbon dioxide and methane, if you didn't know that. Last winter's sea ice melted unusually early, and this winter's freeze has yet to begin. Already a later start than any time on record. There you go. There you go. Yes, we have 162 watching, 71 likes. Guys, please like up the video. If you are new, please subscribe. Donald McCarthy, will extinction be enough to convince people? Good question. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. The fires burned down my home, and then we had a king tide and it wiped out the whole shoreline of my city. And then we had a hurricane. Then we had a 500-year flood, and all the crops were destroyed. But The science is still unclear or something. Hey guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and you can support the channel at the links below, PayPal, Patreon, Square. Also, if you'd like to watch the live streams, you can watch the live streams on my Patreon channel. You can subscribe for as little as $1. So hopefully I will see you over there, and thanks so much.